stuff. We couldn't mention Pearl without him shouting racist. He called Alex a pred. He had...
He might just go into Angie's box one night and also get screamed at by him.
But let's not also forget, first of all, I just want to correct that again. He only demodded us from his personal account, not his FYP account.
So he didn't want us as friends. He wanted us as support because we tagged him in FYP clips. He didn't have to do much work for himself. We were there every morning modding and helping him out with, you know, little gifts or whatever to try and push him out because we actually supported him.
Yeah.
And he said, I get that. He said, oh, I'm moving forward with people, but I'll never move forward with Angie because that was personal. Well, he apparently had a police case on Pearl because Pearl apparently threatened a doctor's address. You can't get much more personal than that.
Right.
But now he loves Pearl. Pearl's amazing. Alex is a good guy all of a sudden.
Yeah, sitting there joking and laughing about, listen, I do get people putting grievances aside, but I'm sure there's just some things where they're going, no, just absolutely not.
Can I also just correct another thing? Max only started going for Chippy after multiple occasions where he lied about her and others. She let it go for the first couple of times, but then enough was enough and she had to say her piece. After he had lied all over the app to different people about her.
Right, B's in the box. You're good with that? Yeah.
Who's B?
Australian B thing.
Oh, yay.
Are you in the box? There you are, there you are. Yeah. I always put you at the bottom. Hello? I don't know if she is.
I don't think she realises she's in here.
B? She realise you're in the box. I don't think people.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Maybe she wasn't meant to be in box, bless her.
She's from down under, so that's probably delaying signal.
What did he say to Top Girl? So, like, I didn't actually hear it, but Top Girl says she's going to try and get Lisa to download a bit off the live.
I commented in Michelle's live and said, welcome to the demodded club for absolutely no reason. And she said, oh no, there was a reason. It was because I disagreed. And that's it. And it's not when you just disagree with his opinion. It's when you point out to him that it's hypocritical and he doesn't like it. And I think because me and Charmaine in a couple of lives of his had started pointing out about it was a bit weird, like the people he was sat with after what he'd said, I think that's why he dropped us, because he really wants to get in with the clique. He wants to build up. He wants to get high up and like do what you want, but don't be a fucking hypocrite. I can't stand hypocrites.
Or if you are going to be a hypocrite, at least be a self-confessed one and go, yeah, I am a hypocrite, but this is
and don't make us feel uncomfortable. Like, people couldn't have Cal in the boxes in their lives because he would go mental. Now it's fine because he won't dare tell the other people to get Cal out the box. There were loads of things he did, and you watch him now and you think, what the fuck? Is it even the same person?
Yeah.
Like, just don't be a fucking hypocrite.
It's just like how quick he's flipped the script.
Yeah, and he's done exactly what he hated and what he spent his time calling out. And he basically the same as what Karma Kaz did when he dropped Millsy and Chippy. And he was in uproar about that. He's done exactly the same.
Just going to jump in there quick. I didn't give a damn who he made friends with. I just said to him that he should make the same effort he does with his people that have said the worst about him, with his so-called friends who have stood by him, who have been there when he's been low. That was my issue, is the fact that he was doing what he was doing.
Yeah, Lindsay, it was always going to...
Listen, I think people might listen out. What videos do you want? What sound session? Let me have a quick look, see what I've got. Because the files are very long, you know. So have a little look, see.
He said about the whole thing, like, you know, they were my friends, they're not anymore. I walked away. They can't stand it. And
with Dim and EQ as well, wasn't there? There's one where he was talking shit. He was actually talking about Max, and it was in your box talk, girl. And there's that one where he was talking on the Max situation.
But again, that was lies, Billy. He's told them what he wanted them to hear to make him look the bad person, to make me look the bad person.
Yeah, always watching. He did turn on Joe. Joe's got certain learning difficulties, and Joe does struggle he wants to be liked everywhere he goes. So he sometimes gets himself into sticky situations.
And Lucy was all right with Joe when Joe was sending him big gifts.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But now he thinks it's funny to make, remarks or try and pull Joe up on stuff and to try and embarrass him. But when Joe, Joe's comes from a wealthy family, which he knows. He doesn't live far away from this person. And he turned on Joe.
So we got the video where he's going at Max. We've got one where him and EQ are talking.
Can you play that one, Bill? Because Ames in the chat didn't know about that.
I disagree. Always watching.
So this one we show, I believe, where he's talking about the situation and what he's.
No, have you got that one where he's going at me and Mills's?
Just have a look. 1 second.
Thank you, Blue Rose.
I think Always Watching is trolling you. He's just joking.
Sorry.
So that happened in February, was it?
Yes, around then.
Right, okay.
Don't pass it, cat.
Hang on, let me see if I can. You're on your phone. Are you on your phone or your tablet?
I'm on my phone at the moment.
Right, hang on.
I'm just double checking because I know we definitely got it in here because we've got all this shit in here.
Rubbish, Max. I've been in hospital this morning, but I'm home now.
Right, I've got it of you. I've got it. Chippy and Max talking about. Is this the thing I think it is?
You're sitting in there. No, I'm sorry.
Right, here we go. This is it. Got it. I'm going to flip the camera. Let me just put the tablet up and I'll show you it. This is just an inkling of one of the videos. We have got more in there, but I would have to scroll the whole file because we've got so much in there.
Absolutely not.
Everybody's got a free choice of where they want to go. I'm not doing echo chambers on the FYP. That's why I stopped fucking doing it. People fucking complain about who's in there and who's not in there. And
what he said, the same pretty much what he said this morning.
That's not fair. Who have I ever complained
No,
about?
I didn't say you. I said people have. It just pisses me off. You can't win. I can never fucking win.
We might get banned if we do it back at 10.
If I sit here, right, and I've sat here, and Angie, for example, has criticised me. She's threatened me with social services. She's had me in fucking tears once. Right.
Angie, see, sorry, that still makes me laugh. Angie had him in tears, threatened him with social services. It's also very personal.
With all the fucking shit she reckoned she were going to fucking do and cause. And yet people were still in her fucking life, still interacting with, still watching her, and still fucking picking her up. And I'm like, oh, she's a nice person, maybe in real life. Fuck off!
Well, she is.
No, she's fucking not. She's a nasty vile piece of shit. And you're still backing her up after what she did to me. So what's the difference?
No, but hang on a minute.
No, what's the fucking difference?
So, lower your voice. I hate people
come in here 3 times
and raise your
over
voice.
the last few days when
I
I've
don't
come
know
on my
who the fuck
box,
you think you're
shouting and
talking
screaming
to,
me fucking
but
down.
I am not
I
that
can
person.
fucking shout.
Top Girl, was your case similar and how it went? Let me just carry on playing.
Speak to me with respect, or Chippy, you can fuck
This is
yourself.
the FYP bullshit that you've got, and that's why I don't come on this fucking app. Because people
I
like
don't know who you think
you're the fucking hypocrite.
Lower your tone. Lower
You're
your
the
tone.
hypocrite.
Lower your tone.
Well, I won't lower my
Go higher.
I'll lower my tone when I feel like lowering my tone.
Don't fucking speak to me like a piece of shit to me, because I ain't the one.
It might
I'm
get
not
us
one of
banned,
these people
Hans.
you can sit there on your fucking aisles with.
No, you wanted the argument,
all right?
the fucking argument.
Can we just speak? Because nothing's going to get resolved with people shouting over
There's
each
nothing
other.
to resolve, Millsy, because I will do what I think I fucking want to do. I'm not going to be told on here by anybody what I can and can't do. I'm sick and fucking tired of it. That's why I don't bother coming on here. There's too many people in fucking ears and other people's ears telling you how you should do things and how you shouldn't do things. I'll do it how I see fucking fit. And like I said, Angie's a prime example. The way she's fucking gone at me, and you all still fucking talk to her. You all still big her up.
I don't
You all
talk to her.
still back her. You all, oh, she's a nice lady.
Right.
No, she's not. She's a cunt.
Obviously, Max has been seen in Angie's box more recently. At this point, Max hadn't spoke to Angie. I do want to clear that up.
But you all back her, and then you criticise me because I said to Wayne he can come in with fucking FYP.
No, what I said is, contrary to unpopular opinion, I've met Angie in real life, and without this app, Angie is a nice person.
You
she
either
is.
back me or you don't back me.
What, so I've got to back you when you're sitting there talking
Bazza.
derogatory and calling her a slut and stuff, Chippy? That
Well, she
don't sit
did.
right with me.
Cunt. She's an absolute
That don't
cunt.
sit right with me.
Well, then
Call
go.
her many things, but you can't call her that.
She's a cunt.
And when men go for women like that, they're just scumbags.
Yeah, well, that's it, innit? They can say what they fucking want, but we can't answer back.
No, not when you're going low and calling her names like that. No.
Vile.
No man should call a woman that.
Well, that's what she is. She's a vile, drunk cunt.
Exactly, Billy. Thank
I think
you.
Max knows what she's like when she's drinking and when
Max
she's on
don't even
this
sit
app.
around me when I
she
call,
knows that.
when I say stuff like this to Angie, right? If I call Angie a drunk or anything
Well, I'm
like that,
going
Max
by
will
and
not
I
sit
said-
around me.
Off of this app, Millsy.
That's a fact.
I don't understand what...
Yeah, well, none of us know her off
I
this
don't
app.
sit in Angie's and I don't talk to Angie no more. But I
I
can't
do now,
sit here
yeah.
and be a hypocrite and say that she's not a nice person when she's not on this app, because she is a nice person.
I was all kicked off today.
When this app isn't
Bazza.
around Angie, Angie's totally different and she's a nice person. Ain't sitting.
Right, so that's just an example there of how we talk to women. And Top Girl, and I asked, like, if this is similar how it went between you the other day, because this is the vision I had in my head, something going along these lines where you're screaming at him, he's screaming at you. Because this is how he talks to all the women. But you'll notice I've got videos of where he's talking to men, but he's not gone at any man on this level like he has a woman.
Let's not forget Will. Will.
Yeah, like even when he went at Will, right? He went at Will, was it DHB at one point? And there's a couple of other men he's gone at. However, they've not been to the level that he's gone at a woman at. It's like the screaming, the shouting, the anger. Like, it's there, it's real. Like, it's proper projecting out of him.
I think the 2 times he's gone at Will, because there's that one that you played earlier, and there was another time that he's gone at Will, the same tonage as the one that you played earlier.
Yeah.
That's about the only time I've ever seen him really go for a man. The other times he does it is when he's in control and he can drop them so that they can't answer back.
Like when I would write in Michelle's live, I'd get blocked just like that because my opinion didn't match exactly what everyone was saying. Because I was the dead opposite. I was like, no, not at all. And I would just say things. That's it. We all know I don't care what I say, right? And I'd be like, no, not at all. And I would go and have a different opinion. That'd be me booted, gone out live. Like, listen, I don't blame Michelle or anyone. I blame Chippy because, listen.
But the thing is, Bill, my point has always been, you can call Angie many things. I've actually met Angie, despite what she says, and she'll agree with me now, quite a few times off of this app. And when there's no app and you're sitting there on a one-to-one talking with Angie, she's totally different and she's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, you said that to me loads of times, innit? Like, you have said that. Like, we've had conversations about that. And that is the truth. Which you make it look like...
I could not sit there while he was sitting there calling her them derogatory names. Call her an old drunk. Call her an over an opinionated old bag. Absolutely. But she's not.
Drunk, call her over opinionated, right? But for her to be what he said, I mean, to be fair, she'd have to have her legs open all the time, right? So
and then he's gone round telling people that we fell out with him because he made friends with Pearl again and Alex. That wasn't the case. And let's bear in mind...
The last, I'll take it. Let me just...
Bear in mind, I'd left him before all of that, and he demodded Charmaine, Lucy and blocked them because he said they chose sides because they were still speaking to me. Charmaine, Lucy, have I ever said to you, any of you, oh, I ain't going to talk to you because you're still talking to Chippy?
No, never.
So,
and it had only just happened. And
just for you guys that are new here, we have got all this shit that we're talking about. It is over on our YouTube. Like, the evidence is all there in a format for you. This is about the last minute and a half of this video I just played to talk now.
No, what I said is contrary to unpopular opinion. I've met Angie in real life, and without this app, Angie is a nice person.
You either back me or you don't back me.
What, so I've got to back you when you're sitting there talking derogatory and calling her a slut and stuff, Chippy? That don't sit right with me.
Absolutely, she's still a
right with me.
cunt, is what he
Well,
says.
there's so many things, but you can't call her that.
She's a cunt.
And when men go for women like that, they're just scumbags.
Yeah, well, that's it, innit? They can say what they fucking want, but we can't answer back.
No, not when you're going low and calling her names like that, no.
Vile.
No man should call a woman that.
Well, that's what she is. She's a vile, drunk cunt.
Exactly, Billy. Thank
I think
you.
Max knows what she's like when she's drinking and when she's on this app. Do you know? She knows that.
Pazza.
Right, I'm going by, and I said off of this app, Nilsy.
I don't understand what...
Yeah, well, none of us know her off
I
this
don't
app.
sit in Angie's, and I don't talk to Angie no more. But I can't sit here and be a hypocrite and say that she's not a nice person when she's not on this app, because she is a nice person. When this app isn't around Angie, Angie's totally different and she's a nice person. Ain't sitting in there, Chip. No, I'm sorry.
Well...
Listen, anyone's rightfully so to sit with anyone, okay? Like, listen, I've said many things about many people on this app, but listen, like, me and other creators, like that, when we are creators, it's more a working relationship, whether it's lousy, whether it's lively, whether
Yeah,
it's
but Bill, the point
is the anger and the deviousness in his voice, and it shows true compassion. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Billy, I have never actually fallen out with Angie.
No, you
I
haven't.
stopped going into Angie's because it was at the height of the Alex going for her, and I was worn out with listening to it, right?
Yeah.
But people still used to come and find me and say, Max, Angie's in a state. I'd be sitting in Tim's. Tim's in here, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
And people would come and say, Max, can you go over to Angie? She's in a right state.
Yeah.
I didn't argue with Angie or fall out. I just stopped going in there because I was exhausted listening to all the Alex stuff.
And you did step up, right or wrong. I mean, I might be wrong, I'm pretty sure I'm not. But you did step up and help her when she was at her lowest at one time in particular. I mean, you might not want to talk about
there.
it.
It took me 20 minutes the night, like the morning after her dog died. I was there. I was there when she was in hospital, when people had called the fucking ambulance and she got took because she'd hurt herself. Like...
And your point was he can't call her an SLUT or an SLAG because she can't possibly be. Do you know what I mean? You weren't saying he couldn't say his opinion on her, but don't call her, you know, them two certain names when she isn't that. But he would have never... When we were our friends, he would have never said that about her when I was there, because that's mocking addiction or mocking addictive issues. He would have never said that. That's just how nasty he got towards the end, because he couldn't stand, you know, no one was allowed to watch Angie. And it was a massive issue if you were.
Yeah. Even if she honestly had no right to call any woman that. Well, listen, a woman does what they want with their body, right? It's a simple thing. If a woman wants to go out and do that, they're going to go out and do that. And you know what, fair play to you. I come from that life. Go ahead and fucking do it. At the end of the day, do what makes you happy. Like, fuck everyone else, regardless of what we all say. But Chippy, on the other hand, the biggest, most hypocrite, most chauvinistic, misogynistic, narcissistic little prick I've ever seen. And I think the hypocrisies have been there to see as clear as day. He's not nobody's friends, and he's all about himself and himself only. I mean, let's be honest, he can barely be bothered with his own fucking child, considering he's sat on live most of the day and his child's, I don't know, playing the console. Like, that's not a normal life for any child, to be sat in their bedroom. Whether they want to be stuck on a console or not, absolutely not. Get out, we're going out. Like, we're going to take a walk, we're going to do something. Like,
he said he threatened, the issue with Angie was she threatened social services, but if anyone actually remembers, he threatened Lynn's with social services. So that was a part of the back and forth. But apparently, like I said earlier, but different people are in here now, his thing to us when we were like, it's a bit hypocritical, you've called Alex a pred and now you sat with him. His comeback was he's made up with people that haven't gone personal, and he will never make up with Angie because she went personal. Now, my issue was Pearl was called a racist in any live where her name came up at the top of his voice, and he had apparently had a police case with Pearl because she threatened to dox his address. So I don't see how you get more personal than that, to be honest.
I mean, but this is what he does, though, isn't it? He has to play a victim in every group. He wanted Angie in his box last week, and this is the thing. Like, no one's going to tell me what to do, but you're coming on to be like a biased FYP show.
Yes, Hayley. And I've heard the way he spoke to Phil. I don't know if she's still in here, and I've only watched her in lives, but I heard the way, and it was the same tone in which he spoke to Max with, like aggressive, hatred, just pure nasty. He was calling
it
Phil.
Was evil. You could tell if he could have carried on going, he would have.
Yeah, it was calling.
It's like I said, Luce, you know what I mean? That wasn't the only thing. You yourself know there was build-ups to that he'd done to me.
Oh, no, you're different.
Like Billy says, Billy knows, like, my family and stuff. And Billy, would I let them get away with what I just...
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Listen, you'd let none of your kids get away with it. You wouldn't even let me get away with anything like that. No, like, your kids, you don't allow any of that. Like, what? No, that's what I said to you, innit? I said, you don't even allow this from your kids. Why are you allowing this of a 60-year-old fucking man?
My point was, he's gone at Phil, like, because obviously...
Who is Phil? I don't know who Phil is. He's a new name to me.
Otherwise known as Vermin.
Philippa, who sits with like Cecil, and there was some sort of thing like a lot of us just flick in and flick out because, you know, like we said before, in Kate is there, and he thinks that we've really spoke out about him. In reality, we haven't. He mentions his old friends and what they did and didn't do, but aside from that, we haven't really spoke about it. But a lot of us have now. Somebody's just said, "Oh, talk about red flags." We didn't see all of this really until we were out of it, because he didn't start being next level hypocrite until, you know, he dumped all of us and he made these new friendship groups. But to sit back and watch, he's calling Phil a rat and he's calling her vermin and really nasty names in an aggressive tone. And I haven't actually seen her really go at him. I mean, it might have happened. But his reasoning for that is that Phil was planning to apparently dox someone else within the friendship group that he likes. Again, it's just hypocritical. He had this whole police case and beef with Pearl because she apparently doxed his address, but now that's okay. Yet he's dragging another young girl for an issue she had within her friendship group, and apparently threatening to dox. Like, nothing makes sense. Do you see where I'm coming from? Like,
spit my name all over the app too. Well, he needs to start spitting his own name across the app and his own wrongdoing. Because
he sat there, right, Bill? He sat there in cocktails and he sat there in Michelle's, and he's like, I'm not talking about them lot the way they're firing up lives about me. Listen, let me tell you, Chippy, my life still goes on. I go out and touch grass. I've been out today. I've been around my family today. I know everything that's going on with my family, right? I don't sit on this app 24/7 for a start. And I only fired up lives when you were sitting with Top Girl, Michelle, and whoever else, Lisa, saying lies about your old friendship group. If you'd have talked truth about me, you wouldn't have given me the chance to fire up a live, but you was barefaced fucking lying, Chippy. And I'm not about that. Everything I've said is truthful.
I'm not going to lie, I cancelled my plans for today. I loved it, sorry.
Honestly, I ended up having a little nap this morning and I woke up and I was like, oh, this is juicy, isn't it? I was like, I've got a few calls to make, but yes, this is juicy.
I was stuck in A&E with a bloody cannula in and
I found the message. You said that
He has bad mouthed you before, Top Girl, when you used to go in Angie's.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna say that would have been Angie days, like when you used to get in the box and was her mod. And
Like, listen, Top Girl, Billy knows me off the app. I ain't gonna lie. There's stuff that I can't say right now because we're waiting for Chippy to come with his proof. But one of them people that still sit around Chippy is not all she fucking cracks up to be. Let me just fucking tell you on that. And Billy's heard it as well.
Told you so.
Billy, am I right or wrong?
Told you so.
And, you know, she's probably sitting on the outside screen recording, but I don't give a fuck. My time will come when I will out you for what you are as well.
Listen, I mentioned 3 people and I was bang on with all 3 of them. I was bang on with all 3 of them, and no one would take that away from me, and I'll forever revel in it.
Bazza, get out of here. Don't you start.
Remember that time I was right again?
I'm clueless to that.
Yeah.
Best way.
You're not ready to hear that, Luce. You're not ready to hear that, trust
I
me.
mentioned the 3 earlier on the other live. I mentioned them. I have no qualms with mentioning names. I don't care. I said it. I said it, and it's that. They're the 3 people I mentioned, and I was right.
But what a lovely day. Let's just enjoy the moment.
I was just going to say, Max, are you going to take over from here?
Yeah. I'll go live on this one.
All right, well, I'm just going to whack a few things over in the file, and then I'll be in.
Yeah, and Top Girl, I don't know if you saw Top Girl did say she'll send it to you, well, at you in the Lisa video.
Oh, yes, you legend, thank you. Yes, I appreciate it if you do. Thank you. But listen, it's just coming to light, slowly but surely, as I said, it can take...
Oh, Bazza, you've constantly trolled me for years. Don't worry about it. Get out of here unless you're showing Eddie. And stop being two-faced twat, Bazza, as Chippy says.
Be on this account, guys. Max will be live on this account. So
Big up, Top Girl.
Live. All right, so I'll see you over there in the next couple of minutes. Just going to add some things in the file, and then I'll be in the box.
All right, Bill.
Be good, everyone. I'll catch you all a bit later, and we're back at 10 o'clock on the main account.
And Max and Billy were right.
Be good, much love, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye, Driver!